Calvas in Flam. Alright guys, you asked for it. The expansion is out. The necromancy skill is a real thing. And I'm here to tell you guys about the build that I personally have been playing on the live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I've been really enjoying this build as it really does a great job against those high hit point, high armor monsters that just devour you in the Shadowspire Cathedral. My favorite place to farm is definitely the Orc Fort, but it works all around. So, with all that being said, sit back, grab yourself a beer, and let's raise some undead. Alright, let's dive right in with the template. Starting out, we're going to have 100 eval. Now that 100 eval is going to be obviously for stronger flame strikes, and we're going to be flame striking a lot. The next ability is going to be 100 magery because we're going to be doing lots of summons, right? Followed up by 100 poisoning and 100 taste ID. Now this 100 poisoning is going to be very helpful because it's not only going to be a damage over time for the high hit point monsters, but if you jump into boating, this is really great to just poison all the monsters on the boat. I've been doing a little bit of boating on the side here and there, and it's definitely still the Lord of the Siege. It's really nice. The 100 taste ID is also excellent because not only is it going to complement the poisoning, but it's also going to give you more and more of that mana regain, which, as you guys will find out, is key in this build. Next, we're going to have 100 meditation because of what we just said, followed up by 100 necromancy. Now, I might have taken this up to 120 necromancy had skill scrolls for necromancy not been so expensive, and also I just want to gather them up first, and then I will go ahead and bump it up to the 120 necromancy. Follow that up by 80 spirit speak so I can get 20 points in my summons, and 40 camping. Now the 40 camping is there for right now for the extra spell damage increase and the extra carry weight, which I have been enjoying quite a bit, but that's where I'll get that 20 points for the necromancy and also 20 more points for taste ID when the time comes. For the Wizard Grimoire, some of the more important things that you should make sure that you get earlier on if you don't have a full Wizard Grimoire yet is definitely Mana Drain or Vampire. Specifically for the refunds, as like we have been saying this entire time, mana is key and mana refunds are optimal. So after that, you want to make sure that you also have Curse. Curse will just increase the spell damage, and Create Food. Create Food is arguably the most important one to have, as it will give you more of those mushrooms that we all love that are mana potions. Flame Strike is definitely an important one as well, as you will be doing Flame Strike in order to get more procs, and with each Flame Strike you will be doing 35% more damage over time and as a burn effect because your Flame Strikes are max level. Follow that up with Lightning. The Lightning is especially helpful as it will not only do a very large lightning attack damage, but it will also hinder. It's great for those oh shit moments, but it's also just great to throw in for a really quick, low mana, pretty good damage attack. For the aspects, originally I was running double Void. I love the extra mana that the Void armor provides and the free heals as well as that it gives, but then I graduated on over to the Eldritch Book. Now my Eldritch Book was not exactly super high tier yet, but it definitely gave me enough mana wells that I could feel the difference in the mana regain. After a while though, I started thinking a little bit more about the command book and the opportunity that that could bring as keeping the undead pets alive a lot longer. And then while I was creating footage for this video, Crab actually messaged me from Cobra Kai, and it said that he had been using the command book while he was running the undead summons. He said that it definitely procced enough to keep the undead pets up, and I went ahead and gave it a shot. Now, it was just like he said, especially in the lower level dungeons like Cavernim, Ossuary, things like that, before you graduate up into Irrickton Bluffs, Osfor, or even now Shadowspire Cathedral. Another really cool one to play around with, which I do believe Beltane has been using lately, is Fire Armor. Now you won't have the mana that you would have with Void Armor, but it's really cool to watch those Flame Strike procs go off as your Flame Strikes are creating that burn effect and your poison is doing damage over time. Now, as far as the pets in general, early on, and I would suggest if you don't have a command book, I was going with Earth Ellie and a Lich. Now, the reason I went with an Earth Ellie is because it just felt a lot stronger from physical damage than an Ancient Mummy did, and also the 5 unholy runes that you had to use to resummon it over and over again just didn't really feel worth it. That on top of the maintenance of upkeep of trying to heal them, and let's be honest, those 50 to 150 hit point heals just really weren't worth it when you're fighting against monsters in the Shadowspire Cathedral. So I went with the Earth Ellie, and I spec'd it to be as much defensive as possible, and the Lich, which is a fire elemental, I spec'd it to be as glass cannon as possible. For the fire elemental, I went Spirit Pact, Controlled Burn, and Glass Cannon. In the earth elemental, I went Spirit Pact, Corporeal Tether, Grounded, and Deep Roots. And for the Chainlink, it was a no-brainer that I went with damage to poison creatures. Everything is going to be poisoned as this is a necro poisoner summoner, so definitely damage to poison creatures. I followed that up with meditation rate links. That way I could flame strike more monsters and or summon another elemental if need be, and then follow that up with spell aspect chance. This one's really important, especially if you have a command book. The more times that you flame strike means more chance for you to get a command proc, which heals your pets back up to full, which is the main go for the command book. So the more times you proc your spell aspect, then the happier you are because you don't have to resummon. Things get very easy the more you proc with command. If you don't have a command proc, then by all means, if you want to still get your spell aspect chance, go for it, or go with something else. But I would suggest get you a command book ASAP. And guys, that is the build that I have personally been playing since the, a couple days right after the expansion came out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do put a lot of time into these videos, and it's a lot of fun while I am making them. So thank you guys for subscribing to this channel for weekly Ultima Online Outlands content. Thank you to the Patreons, all you channel members, and everybody that comes to the live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. As far as our beer of the day goes, today it's another Oklahoma favorite from Stone Cloud Brewing. This one's really cool. It's called John Claude Can Slam. It's a double oat cream IPA. I would imagine it's going to be a darker looking beer. No, not as much as I had thought it would be. But either way, Stone Cloud Brewing right here in the Oklahoma City. Guys, thanks again for watching. Skull. Whoa. That's creamy. That's pretty good, but it's weird. Either way, Bone Star Gaming out.